So, I mean, you know, me getting into agriculture wasn't like a real planned event. You know, I kind of always wanted a ranch. You know, I wanted somewhere, you know, kind of a legacy thing for my, you know, my sons and I to come up here and spend time and work it together. That's actually how it started. And then, you know, the kind of agriculture just seemed natural. Just kind of fell into it. So before I had sheep, you know, I was using chemical fertilizers. I was spraying fence lines. I was spraying for weeds. So once I introduced sheep and goats, that I stopped using chemical fertilizer. No fertilizers, no pesticides. And the more I got rid of cows, you know, I don't want to knock cows. I mean, I love cattle grazing, but this land here, the sheep and goats work so good. I mean, so having sheep and goats is, I mean, I think it's key, it's definitely key for me for regenerative and rotational agriculture here in Central Texas. I mean, absolutely could not do it without sheep and goats. You know, the years it's taken me to get this far, and you can see every day, you know, from the grass and the soils and all the birds that have come back. You know, it's a huge responsibility now, and plus with all the livestock that's on it, you know, every beating soul is my responsibility. You know, there's an old guy that lives here. He calls Coryell County, he says, God-forsaken Coryell County. But, you know, this is kind of my little slice of paradise right here. So we're in Gatesville, Texas, Coryell County. We're on a 648 regeneratively ran ranch with sheep and goats. It started out with all cattle at one time. So this ranch was purchased in 2011. I started with a smaller ranch on the other side of Gatesville, about 200 acres. And then moved over here. I had both ranches at once, kind of going back and forth, trying to improve this one and work that one. It kind of turned out to be too much, going back and forth, having two sets of, you know, two Rangers, two four-wheelers, two sets of tools, all that. So sold that one, moved over here. This one was more commercially minded, where I could increase my herd, focus more on at the time, raising cattle. I did have up to 300 mama cows with registered Angus bulls. And then we got into a couple hard years of drought. It was hard on the ground. Eventually started culling, selling off some cows. Then started adding sheep, which really helped the land. Then I added goats, which helped it even more. And then selling off more cattle, picked up more sheep and goats, till now I'm you know, 100% sheep and goats. Sold off the other place. Now I'm rotationally grazing. All the fences are for sheep and goats with a combination of probably 9-strand barbed wire and net wire. I have a unique source of water, at least one in each pasture. This one here has 3. I built this tank 2 years ago during the drought. At the same time, I cleaned out 2 or 3 others. So about a year ago, I decided to start selling lamb cuts. So I wholesale lamb and goats to mostly the Houston area restaurants and butcher shops. So I do some in Austin, some in Fredericksburg, but mostly Houston. So I sell all that under Central Texas Lamb. So I process every week I don't really store a whole lot, so it's all custom processed. So I load sheep and goats on a Monday or Tuesday, take them to my USDA processor, pick them up on Fridays, drive to Houston and deliver Saturday mornings. And then repeat back up here on a Monday or Tuesday. So with the purchase of my first ranch, of course, you know, you have to do something to maintain the land. It started out just, you know, had shredding the grass. It had good coastal fields. Shredding it, then I started cutting it for hay. And then, you know, decided, hey, I need to get some cows out here and just, you know, just let the cattle graze it down. It's a lot easier than shredding. It's a lot easier than messing with, you know, messing with hay, and you know, it takes 3 different pieces of equipment to cut hay. So I got into cattle. I had Red Brangus, which is still a great breed of cattle. So I started doing that and increasing the number of my herd. And then, you know, finally have enough to where, you know, your ranch is full, so you have to start selling off. So then I started selling seed stock, and then it just kind of grew from there, you know, from just probably a trailer load of about a dozen Red Brangus bred cows up to a herd of 300. So of course, when I purchased this land, I increased the cow sizes because I had a lot more land. And you know, then it kind of rolls into cutting off the cows and into the sheep. So I mean, so you know, me getting into agriculture wasn't like a real planned event. You know, I kind of always wanted a ranch. You know, I wanted somewhere, you know, kind of a legacy thing for my, you know, my sons and I to come up here and spend time and work it together. That's actually how it started. And then, you know, the kind of agriculture just seemed natural. Just kind of fell into it. The journey for me and the switch from conventional ag, which was, you know, running just you know, just all cattle, when I added the sheep, so my plan was to add sheep to work on the weeds and the grasses that the cows wouldn't eat, which that worked very well. So before I had sheep, you know, I was using chemical fertilizers. I was spraying fence lines. I was spraying for weeds. And, you know, you absolutely had to do that out here with cows, because if you didn't do it, it'd be grown up and be all weeds. So once I introduced sheep and goats, that I stopped using chemical fertilizer. No fertilizers, no pesticides. And the more I got rid of cows, you know, I don't want to knock cows. I mean, I love cattle grazing, but this land here, the sheep and goats work so good. I mean, you know, from, you know, keeping the fence lines clean, from eating all the weeds. I mean, they even eat cedar. I mean, we cut cedar during the winter, so we'll cut cedar and let it lay, and they'll just eat cedar. We'll come back during the spring or summer and push it up. I mean, so having sheep and goats is, I mean, I think it's key, it's definitely key for me for a regenerative and rotational agriculture here in Central Texas. I mean, absolutely could not do it without sheep and goats. So starting during the winter, so they go into the front pasture, which is pretty much a monoculture, which by the time they get there, it will be all stockpiled, which is standing dead grass. So they will stay there for about 2 months. So I'll start to green up a little bit about end of March, and then I'll start easing them back into one of the other 10 pastures. And by March, there won't be a lot of grass, so it'll be fast rotations. And then by the time they make one quick cycle and get back around, probably mid-May, you know, the first pasture I grazed in that cycle will typically be real thick and green and lush. And by the time I hit that first thick cycle, I mean, the whole place will be more grass than I could graze down. And then you just kind of get back into grazing about 2 weeks per pasture until you know, get back into winter. And probably December or so, they'll go into that front pasture for stockpile. So this is one of my smaller pastures with not as much grassland, but a lot of trees and shrubs and browse. So sheep and goats love this pasture for that. Yeah, so they've been in this pasture once this year, right after spring, and they got all this, fresh spring stuff off, and we've let this rest, probably 3.5, 4 months, but they should be back in here in about 3 to 4 weeks, and get it one last time for the year.
So this is where you said they usually winter them out?
This is a great space to winter, yeah.
And why is that?
Just all the cover. So when we had what they call the snowmageddon,
Apocalypse?
Yeah, we had the snowpocalypse. So driving through this section of the ranch on a four-wheeler, I mean, covered in snow. I mean, driving on the hills. I mean, you would have thought you were in Colorado with so much snow and the elevation changes in the back. And sheep and goats under the trees, just dogs running around. I mean, they loved it.
How often do you rotate in between the two pastures?
It depends on the season and depends on the size of the pasture. And it depends on how much grass is in it, really. But I like to keep it within 2 weeks. Is a KR blue stem, and you can see how they've eaten it down. There's a little green, which is the fresh growth on top. So they've eaten most of it in this pasture. Over to the corner is the next pasture they're in, so we'll see how much they've eaten over there versus a new pasture where they're about to go into, to where the KR is, it's knee height. It's it's at least 2 feet, probably a little bit more than that in a lot of places. Ready? Hey! Ho, 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 ho. Well, they love a new pasture. I mean, a lot of this grass is still brittle, but you can see they're hitting all their favorites right now. So with the rotation, I mean, they absolutely love a new pasture, and you saw how they ran through. It's just fresh green grass. The dogs love a new pasture. They immediately go and hit all their favorites. When they first get into a pasture, they usually just, they take a bite and step, take a bite and step, just kind of, just figuring out where all the grasses are. You can see that the goats love everything up on those rocks. So they'll have everything on those rocks cleared off in just a few minutes. I mean, even down to the doveweed, they love all the weeds, all these fresh weeds. So this KR is so tall, you can barely even see the big blue stem. There is a bunch of big blue stem in this pasture. In this area, it's kind of hard to see now.
What did this pasture look like 5 years ago when we first started?
Oh, so I mean, this was bare over here. I mean, it was kind of spotted native grass. There's still a few bare spots further over past the cistern is an area I'll probably fence off and let it rest for a couple of years.
So that's all just through rotational grazing?
Yep, that's it. That's it. And just migration of different different grasses from different pastures and seeds coming up over the years that have been buried for years and years. You know, with a little bit of rain and a whole lot of livestock grazing, all this has come up. You know, just having livestock, you know, just a natural process of livestock and the, you know, just grazing in the defecation, and the sheep and goats, you know, pushing the seedlings back into the ground, and you know, the manure they make, pushing that to the ground just over and over. I mean, there's several areas, you know, that were just straight caliche, you know, 3-4 years ago. Now there's topsoil and grass growing on it, and it's, you know, 100% related to the livestock. I mean, you know, without the topsoil, you know, it's shit, people wouldn't live. I mean, you have to have the food from the agriculture and the plants and vegetables and fruits and trees and the livestock. And I think more important than just soil, it's, you know, getting to a regenerative basis and away from monoculture and chemicals and the organic fertilizers. You know, just rotational grazing. I know it can't be done everywhere, but it's been a miracle to this ranch. You know, there's an old guy that lives here. He calls Coryell County, he says, God-forsaken Coryell County. But you know, this is kind of my little slice of paradise right here. You can see every day, you know, from the grass and the soils and all the birds that have come back. You know, it's a huge responsibility now, and plus with all the livestock that's on it, you know, every beating soul is my responsibility. So, you know, I have dogs out here to protect them, and you know, you got to rotate them at the right time. You have to have the right mineral to keep them healthy. So yeah, and you know, to pass this on to the next generation. You know, I've got a lot of years to go. Hopefully we have some good wet seasons that's going to help me. But yeah, all we need is a little rain.